Hello, boys and girls. Snake Yoshi here, welcoming you back to my basically 100% true, 100% playthrough of Mario Kart Tour, Mario Kart World. That is. Yeah. I was just making sure of it. Mario Kart World. So yeah, I'm currently going for the Grand Prix mode. As you saw in the last video, we unlocked Daisy, a couple of other characters, and also got the ability to do a couple of other stuff. I'm gonna keep going down a linear path in this, just slowly but surely go for all the characters, though I might change some up a bit, though, just to show other stuff. Anyways, next on the list for sure will be Peach, since we haven't done her yet. And we're very much just going through each of these cars one by one to see what they look like. If we cannot find a car anymore, which is probably going to happen in this playthrough, then we'll either change to it whenever it first appears so we can see how it operates. And then otherwise we'll change to something different, who knows. Anyways, let's do Zoom Bunny. This looks like a cool car. So yeah, we're moving on to Star Cup and then Shell Cup next. Notice how there's no Special Cup next on the list? Well, that's because that's going to come in later. But for now, we need to go into this. There's a couple of new tracks here, but there's also a couple of classics mixed in now. So now they have a mix of retro and new tracks in the same tracks, which is cool. It's a big difference here. Some of these tracks look really cool to go through from the looks of it. You might have noticed, yes, there is a water mechanic in this game where, yes, you can actually drive on water in most of the area now, which is a big difference. Of course, just like in other races, we start at the back of the pack. Now, looking at, just seeing all the 24 different racers that come in at the start is a big deal. It really is. Okay, well, this banana peel on the triple is probably not going to protect me from any races, so we'll probably just do that, right? So I'm guessing if we do these races in time trials, we wouldn't have to drive to the actual course at first. And we just get 3 laps normally. So that's probably how the cup's gonna change. But here in the other races, we actually have to do... Wow, I cannot turn at all. But also it's icy too, so it's a big difference. Remembering what to do. Wow, okay. Me and Rose are like right next to each other. Princess is battling it out. Okay, well, we have to save this now. Now that we have it. Okay, he's probably right next to me. Alright. Let's keep getting some coins then. Figures. Never lucky. Seems like there's always something that has to go on. Okay, this car we need to probably drift absolutely everywhere with it if we're gonna turn. It seems like it's almost impossible to turn on this track. Or it could be that it's just this specific track. To be fair, everything is icy. It is pretty icy here. Of course, not every specific car will be different. Good, too. Alright. Well, we have to drift a lot more on this track. Okay, alright, we finally got into a bigger road here. Penguin's also here as well, though. To be fair, he kind of belongs here, right? Isn't this one of his homes, sort of? Oh, yes, technically it says Saki Come Fast, but yeah, it is an icy area. Just where penguins live. Makes sense. Makes sense that he would be in the lead now. Okay, so yeah, I think we just have to drift more with this car. So the car seems to have pretty good drift, but does not naturally turn very well. So we have to drift around every corner here. Or this could just be a more awkward mess. I like the jerking movement. The shaking the character makes now whenever they get hit by lightning feels really realistic, if you ask me. Oh, just realized there's weather effects too. Yeah, we just got snow on our faces there for a second. Well, we were able to get through that pretty easily. Don't you already have a crown, Fitch? I guess it's tiara mainly, but you already have a crown. So now she gets an even better crown when she wins. Interesting. Alright. Now time to go towards the next track. I will say, these new races do look interesting. I really like the look of them so far. Maybe in the future we'll try Mario Kart 8 as well, but I think right now I want to focus on mostly Switch 2 exclusives for the most part. I do like doing a lot of new games I haven't done already, and Mario Kart 8 I actually did already do a complete 100% playthrough of it. It was really fun, and I did enjoy it. So there were some tricky parts of it. My biggest wonder is when will there be E200cc or not? I don't know. I don't think that item is okay. Especially since there's an item literally right by where we go. Some of this does seem random, like remember, the answers do get items randomly. That golden shell we just saw, I'm pretty sure that's another one of the new items as well. There's lots of new different items. This is a separate part of DK Pass now. Let's throw that behind to try and mess people up here. Let's just go straight on here. Hang on, Peach. Alright, which character are we gonna get this time? Okay, we keep getting the same character. I think we'll probably get a Kusho if we saw it sooner or later. We could always go back for these anyways whenever we finish them. We'll probably only get about 1 or 2 costumes unlocked in general at first. But then later we're probably going to get a lot more unlocked as we play through the game. Okay, this path is definitely faster on this difficulty. Anytime we could take boost paths, they're probably faster on CC. But on later 200cc's, it might be faster to just take the slower path. Oh yeah, and see what I meant? This is probably the biggest new mechanic that got added in. Now, we previously had some underwater sections that we could do in Mario Kart 7 and 8, but they completely changed it. Now, you just ride on the water instead, so it's basically like a jet ski, sort of, in a way. That's basically what this part is, and that's probably one of the other coolest new features they added in. As well as these boost pads you can kind of hit in the air, which makes it really interesting. Here I go. I just realized, yeah, each character has a nice dance whenever they come in first, too, which is cool. And they get a crown as well. So if we were in a different place, we probably would not see that. Of course, because we're doing the free... I did mention we're going for 3 stars as well on each difficulty individually first. We are, of course, gonna have to win each race to do that. Thankfully, it's not like Mario Kart Wii, where in Mario Kart Wii, you have to actually also beat the race at a specific time and still come in first on every race. That makes it really tough. Pretty tricky. Okay, and again, this item's probably one of the worst to get. But, of course, it can be better on different areas. Once we learn more, we might be able to figure out how to use it for a shortcut or two. For now, this isn't really the best. It's useful, I guess, if you make a mistake and you can maybe correct yourself with it, but it doesn't seem to be really useful for a lot of skips. The mushroom in the darkness offers a better boost. It might be more interesting, though, on the higher difficulties. There's also probably some skips and secret areas that you can only get to using it. But now on 50cc, we're just kind of taking it as it goes. And of course, this track is pretty icy, so it's going to take a little bit. Yeah. I'll say, just a fair warning to everybody who's watching this for the first time. Yeah, the 50cc will feel a little bit slow at first. Okay, we do want to get at least one of these. Okay, so we got a couple of power-ups. Alright, so we did get a couple of sins off. Good. These sins look pretty great, honestly, looking at them now. Okay. Surprised you still haven't fallen off yet. In these later races, of course, it'll be very likely to just fall off. Apparently, they take you off of those, too. Like, we were on a rail and we got shot, and that immediately knocked us off, so... Lots of RNG still. That's the one usual problem that people see with Mario Kart is that they were easy to learn, but sometimes the game will just give you so much bad luck you just can't win sometimes. I know that because in one particular race back on Mario Kart 8, I could not win it for the life of me. I think it took like 3 or 4 tries before I won it for the first time on 150cc. For some reason it was really hard. In fact, I actually found the 200cc mode to be a lot easier because the AI, for some reason, in Kart 8, especially the original version, was just not made with 200cc in mind. They might have made it a bit, remade it a bit for the deluxe version, but otherwise, yeah. So, looks like we were able to get a couple of costumes unlocked. It's important that we actually lock as many of these as we can. Of course, not every character has a lot. By playing these characters first, though, we are locking a good majority of their costumes right away. Some of the main characters, especially, have like multiple costumes. Mario, Luigi, now we have the most of all. Oh no, still we're able to make it though. And you know, trying to collect these coins right now. That was Koopa right there. Check because they're going to be using later. I do like the way they play this. Like, you have to actually manually drive to each of the courses first. You very much have to manually drive to each of the courses first, and then you can play. Oh, Riz is back for more. Okay, wow, that saved us. What is quite confusing is, especially in these water sections, it can be really confusing to figure out what is actually off-road and what's not off-road. In that case, the ice was off-road, but the other stuff wasn't. It's a little weird. It's kind of a little contradictory, especially considering the water is not even... usually is like a big obstacle that like causes you to have to go back. In other boats, it would be out of bounds, obviously. But here in Mario Kart World, you just ride on it instead. you're wondering, yeah, I am trying to jump for tricks, but it's kind of hard to do correctly. Alright. Alright, now we're on to the track itself, so again, we're now going on the main track itself. Really do like that they make it so that the characters are able to just automatically hold items behind you. Before, on almost every other game, it was kind of stressful having to hold down the controller constantly to hold down items. Well, so far on 50cc, it probably doesn't look interesting, but then again, this is just the first difficulty. It's gonna get way harder, I promise. But this difficulty is mainly here so you can learn the game and still be able to come out on first. It'll give you an opportunity to practice. Anyways, we're done with that. You can also look down too to see how many racers are in them. I might do that in a minute. That you can see where all the racers finished, which is, I think, a cool feature as well. The Bay Rosary is on here as well. Alright, beaches are here. The win here. Alright, we got normal Rosalina for finishing that cup. It's cool. This is my brother's favorite character, I think, by a mile, which is cool. We got a new series of things we can get. Let's just equip what the latest one is. Why not? We'll just kind of rotate between some of those stickers. Anyways, we're still going over Grand Prix. Oh, I just realized we elect Daisy, which moved the characters down a little bit in the rotation order now. Which is just in time, because we do want to use Daisy next. Makes sense. So yeah, you know what? We really use Daisy next. Sure, why not? Got two new cards, actually. Well, and I think that is. But we're still trying to go from right to left on this. Try to remember which ones I've used, but unfortunately you might have noticed it does also change stuff of which we take. Okay, so we get this one. So we're doing this one next. This one has a higher speed cap, but it has less acceleration, which is good when you use items, but it can also go faster. Also doesn't have as much handling now. So again, we're gonna have to remember to drift on everything. So yeah, Daisy will use that, and we're gonna go here to Shell Cup. Looks like we have two new ones, and a couple of oldies. We start at Troopa Troopa Beats though, which is another N64, which is pretty cool. It's nice. I just realized each of these tours are themed slightly differently. So now we have a beach theme for the most part going, mixed with some Marion as well. So yeah, what's interesting is they do all the intros for the Cubs right away. Don't worry, we're not going to be showing all of the intros all the time. We'll be doing them one at a time, you see. It's really small, but that's what it was like back in N64. Oh, this is I think this is actually the SNES. Okay, well this is one of the faster tracks. But it's also sort of bad. It doesn't give us much time to build up a lead against the AI. This looks really pretty that way in HD, sort of. You probably won't see it very much on the video, but this looks really pretty on my monitor. Even if it may not look HD at first. I just realized, yeah, this is a SNES track, so they brought back the old favorite and made it 5 laps instead of 3, which helps balance out the fact that you go around it so fast. It's a big difference. As the first course, I do like this, especially on this. It's really cool now. They definitely did a lot of reworking with all of the tracks. Oh, and once again, we unlocked a new character because we got transformed into him. So we got Dumpling now as a playable character. Like I said, lots of the animals from the Mario World, but also through hard stuff from the different tracks and like all the different enemies they have as well, which is a big difference. I think originally they didn't really have animal-rated characters before this, I'll say that much. Anyways, down to Faraway Oasis, another new track. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, this is another something I guess I completely forgot to mention. Yes, we're doing a rolling start. That almost never happened. In fact, this has not happened before in a Mario Kart game for a while. Mario Kart games so far have usually just started from the finish line in every single race and then gone from start to finish 3 laps. It's been the same about every time. But they changed it up a little bit in this game now. Now instead they have a bunch of new things added in. Okay, now we're at that so we can get another thing unlocked. We do want to use these right away, by the way. This would be really bad if we lost this item. So, okay, that's the new feature of that. So it basically throws a golden shell ahead, and if you can stay there at a specific point, you can get coins from it. So it's basically a normal shell, but it can also hit people, but it also explodes at the end automatically, and then it gives people coins. Of course, this game does also have a free mode as well, so as a result, the world is absolutely massive. There's a lot to it, so that'll probably be the most interesting part of the game, honestly. I do like that. Those golden shells come up, especially close to me, because there's a good way to build up money. Now we're maxed, so we should be already faster, right? Probably not. Doesn't seem like we're going any faster. It's a little weird. It is what it is. In 150cc, this will feel a lot more faster, especially towards the end. Alright, so this is one of the newest tracks that we got now. This lower path is actually probably faster than the path that lets you take flight. So it might be different depending on which what you think is faster. Okay, hang on. I think we have a use for this. Okay, we missed, but yeah, I think we could have probably jumped up there with that instead of taking the long path for that. Did we just dodge a red by taking that lower path? I think that was a red shell just now that we dodged by taking that path. That's always really cool when we can dodge that. Alright. I'm the best. Oh, that's actually a really popular phrase, especially if you know N64 Toad. He always said that at the end of literally every single race. Kind of interesting that other characters can say that phrase too. I wonder if they'll still say that in this game, I wonder. We are getting pretty close to using him next. I believe Lakia there, that's probably, assuming I remember things correctly, I think that's the character you unlock here in the next race afterwards. After you play it, so. After you finish this cup, assuming you win, you will unlock Hito. Like I said, a lot of these characters you unlock just for playing the game normally. I just realized with how wide the sorry, you could probably drift around and get some extra boost by just drifting around. Oh, nice. I know I missed that up on the side there, but I did also go in a very cool path. Oh, more mushrooms. So they're just randomly throwing out stuff that we could take. That's the only problem with going that route, though. Now, the question is, do we go up top, or is the other side faster? I think so far I like this bottom path. It seems a lot quicker at first. Now we go over this massive bridge. Don't ask me why, but this kind of looks awful lot like the Legend Bridge, which I think I've seen on videos times. It looks pretty cool. I'd like to go there someday anyway. That'd be a cool idea. That's another thing. A lot of this game seems to look a lot like you're going realistic places, which I think is pretty cool. Right, well, so far this race seems to be the you just hit boost and just go. It's actually still fast, even in 50cc, where there's a really slow, it's actually really fast. You just keep hitting boost after boost after boost. It's like you can get, if you knew what you were doing, you could probably get this track done fairly quickly. Oh, what's this? Whoa! Okay, so there are these interactive as well that you can get into. Okay, well, we definitely want to get those. Okay, I think we have to get on from the initial standpoint. I think if we do anywhere else, I simply just get hit instead. That makes sense. So I think we get on like here and then we go up, yeah. I think before when I was trying to get on these rails initially, I did not know how to do it properly and I always just kind of missed that. Oh, this is a surprisingly tight turn. That's gonna be pretty tough to do on a 200cc, if there even is a 200cc in this mode. I haven't actually looked, so I don't know if there is a 200cc mode that exists in this game. I will say that is a big part of Mario Kart 8, I'll say that much. Alright. One more race here before we're done with this cup. So I guess I should mention now that I'm here, but yes, there is a... We are doing this as a double playthrough setup. Even though our other playthrough still hasn't finished recording yet, or rather, the other playthrough we have on our channel hasn't finished recording yet. Oh, what am I saying? It's finished recording. Okay, let's go right on here. Now we know where we can just kind of go on here. We get a bunch of coins. Oh my gosh, Mario, get out of my face. That was unexpected. Oh, I bounced off his head. That's another thing you can actually do now. That's not just a weird thing. That's actually a mechanic. Basically, Mario's classic stomp move, everybody can apparently do it in this game. So if you stomp on a person, they automatically take damage and they lose their power-ups and whatnot. They basically act as if they got hit by a green shell. That's big. Okay, well, I think I'm glad I saved that this time. I was tempted to take that boost power off, because again, it is basically exactly the same as eating a mushroom. But, here now, it doesn't seem to really do anything. Wow, we are just coming up on one of those boost panels, so we're not going to really lose much time. Because now you're starting to see this car's sight likeness. It's a little faster, but otherwise it does get a little bit dragged down by its acceleration. Some of these cars look really similar, by the way, so we'll probably be able to use multiple of them later. Okay, I think that food item there was a little too far out of the way to get. So we still haven't unlocked any foods yet. I mean, option slots. Oh, okay, here we go. We found something. Alright, we got the arrow costume for Day unlocked. We're getting that. I forgot to mention, the locks are specific to each food item, so don't be concerned. You cannot unlock the same food item by using it multiple times. So if you think you can just farm the same food item multiple times, no, you cannot do that. In order to actually unlock all the mushrooms, you have to go through and do stuff. And that's why I said we're gonna have to actually do a lot of free roam, because that's typically the easiest way to unlock the costumes anyway, because if you couldn't do that, then you would have to play each one of these cups with every single character, which is a big deal, and make sure you get all of the things. It's very tough. I don't think you even get all of them. I think you would have to do all of Knockout Tour as well. Honestly, that would be easier to do whenever we finish that up. But anyway, we're at the end of this cup, which means we are done. Oh yeah, there's Toad. Speaking of which, there's Toad right there. Sporting a burger outfit. It's really funny to look at. I didn't realize no matter what you do in mode, you still only play as a normal character, yet your other friends, the AI can be pretty much whatever they want. Alright, well, so far we haven't missed a 3-star yet, which is good. This is just the first half of the game. It's only gonna get harder from here. I think if we focus and just like get the different endings first to each of the, so I think that will help us out a lot. Anyway, by the way, if anybody's confused, don't worry. We will be doing other different stuff later. But for now, I'm not gonna do free roam just yet because we still have to do other things. So yeah, another thing I also just noticed, when you play with a different character, it changes who's driving here in the title screen, which I think is cool. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video, of course, because yes, we completed 2 cups. And we don't believe we have time to do a third, so we're gonna end the episode here. I will see you guys later. Until then, bye.